second point, a very basic understanding about the point, types of charges. You are learning this from 8th standard, types of charges. Okay, now it's getting, let's say, correct answers. Positive and negative, Urjit. Okay, ठीक है. Aditya, positive, negative. Parth, same. Yash, okay, same. Karthik, okay, ठीक है. Madhura, okay, ठीक है, same. So the answers are very simple. The types of charges are, obviously it is positive, a positive charge, and a negative charge. Do you know any particle which has positive charge? Any particle which has positive charge? You have learned this in your 9th standard, fourth lesson, structures of atoms. It is present in your nucleus. Who is present in nucleus who is positive? It's a very simple answer. Yes, Ritesh correct, Omkar correct, Ishita correct, Sia correct. The answer is proton. Okay, the answer is proton. And any particle who has negative charge, which you know. Yes, electron. So electron is one of those particles which has negative charge. Okay, correct. Now let us go for the third point. We have understood electricity, it's a form of energy. Types of charges, one is positive proton, one is negative, that is electron. Now we will talk about what is electric current. Electric current. Okay. Try to understand, electric current is nothing but when your electricity flows from one place to another. What is the definition? When your electricity flows from one place to another, it is called as electric current. Understand this definition? When your electricity flows from one place to another. Electricity flows from one place to another. It's called electric current. Electricity flows from one place to another, it is called as electric current. Another definition for electric current is rate of flow of another definition. It's rate of flow of electric charges. Okay. Can you please, let's say, make me understand this? If they are saying rate of flow of electric charges, according to us, there are two charges, right? One is positive and one is negative. Preferably positive is proton and negative is electron. So can we just rewrite this definition? Saying that it is either a rate of flow of electrons, either it is rate of flow of protons, or it is rate of flow of electrons. Agreed? Write down in the chat section if you are understanding. We have just replaced that electric charges with the actual particles we know. They said electric current is rate of flow of electric charges. So we are just replacing the word electric charge with the actual charges we have, that is positive and negative. So we are saying it's a rate of flow of protons, or either it is a rate of flow of electrons. A very simple concept. Okay. Now, can somebody tell me, let's say, can we have the difference in the meaning then? Because when I asked you the first question, that what is electricity, some of the students wrote that it is the rate of flow of electrons, right? Yeah, for some said it is the flow of charges, and what else not. So the first thing you need to understand is you have to remove that confusion. Electricity is nothing but one form of energy. And before I proceed further, let me tell you one thing again. Your attendance is getting monitored, plus the amount of time you remain in the class, that is also being monitored. So that means it doesn't make, suppose let's say if you are thinking that you are going to come in class for 3 minutes or 4 minutes and then you're going to get invisible, or you are going to get out of the class and you will enjoy anything else. It's not the case. Your duration is also getting monitored. Okay? Try to understand. So if you exit, let's say in just 3 or 4 minutes thinking that your attendance is marked, it's not the case. Are you understanding? I hope that the point is very much clear. In the chat section, can you please write down, have you understood? Your duration is also getting marked. I hope you are understanding that. Okay, chalo. So next point. So why can't we say it is rate of flow of neutrons? The reason is very simple, because neutron doesn't have any charge. Neutron doesn't have any charge, it's neutral, so that's why we cannot say it's a rate of flow of neutrons. Now, can somebody please tell me what was the mistake when students said that electricity is the flow of charges या फिर flow of electrons? Somebody said, what was the mistake? Electricity is energy. First thing you have to understand, electricity is energy. And what is electric current? Electric current is nothing but rate of flow of electrons. So there is a lot of difference between the two. Electricity is the energy, but when that energy flows, then it is called as electric current. Are you understanding the difference between electricity and electric current? Electricity is energy. Electric current is when your electricity flows from one place to another. Please write down in the comment section, chat section, please be fast so that I can move to the definition of electric current. Done? Okay. Chalo. So what we'll do now is we will have some derivation regarding this particular term, electric current. Electric current. Can somebody give me the logic for this? When I am trying to say that electric current is the rate of flow of electric charges, can somebody give me the meaning of rate? Because this word, let's say, was even introduced to you in your 9th standard. Rate of change of distance, rate of change of displacement, rate of change of velocity. What do you mean by rate? What do you mean by rate exactly? Okay, exactly. Anything divided by time? Yes, Rishikesh correct, Ritesh correct, Samruddhi correct, Madhura correct. Yes, exactly. So electric current, let me change the definition then. Rate of flow of electric charges. Okay. So can I just say, if I want to write down the formula for this, electric current is equal to rate means what? What do you mean by rate? Divided by time. Okay, so I have divided by time. Now rate of what? Rate of flow of electric charges. So electric charges I should write down in the numerator side. Electric charges. Agreed? See, whatever the definition we have written, we have converted that into a mathematical formula. Electric current is the rate of flow of electric charges. So electric current is equal to divided by time, and let's say numerator side is electric charges. Okay, write down the comment section. Have you understood how we have converted this into a numerical formula? Let's say a very simple one. Okay, right. Now in the exam, let's say somebody has asked, let's say, who is that? Kushal Jain. Okay, so which definition has to be used for electric current? For electric current, you have to use this definition. This one, the rate of flow of electric charges. Agreed? Because when you are saying that's the most correct definition, it also involves protons and electrons. So you have to use the definition rate of flow of electric charges. Is it okay? Okay. Now, let us convert this into actual formula. So electric current is represented by letter I. It is represented by letter I. Okay. So write down letter I there. I is equal to. Electric charges are represented by Q. Electric charges are represented by Q. And time is represented by small t. So this is our formula. So if we convert this, the formula would be Q is equal to IT. Q is equal to IT. Please write down. Q is equal to IT. That is mnemonics you can use for remembering this. That is Queen in Taj Mahal. Okay? For remembering the formula, it's a very simple one. Queen in Taj Mahal. Very simple to remember. Queen in Taj Mahal. So Queen in Taj Mahal. Very simple. Queen in Taj Mahal. Okay? Written. Q is equal to IT, and that is Queen in Taj Mahal. Now, can we have units of these? Like units? Okay, so units for these units, the unit for Q is Coulomb. What? Coulomb. Okay, so Coulomb is the unit for Q. I unit is, that is current. The unit is ampere. The unit for current is ampere. And for T, that is time, you can use the unit seconds. And the letter used for Coulomb is capital C. For ampere, it is used as A. And for seconds, we use small s. Okay. So have you understood the units? Formula you must have understood. The units you have to remember. For electric charge, the unit is Coulomb. For electric current, the unit is ampere, and for time, it is second. So time is very simple for you. You just have to remember the two: electric current ampere and electric charge coulomb. Okay, written, please let me know in the chat section so that I can understand whether you have written this, understood this. We can move on to the next section. And be fast, be very active in your chat sections, because if I'm not understanding whether you have completely assimilated the topic, I won't be able to proceed further. Done? Can we move ahead? In your chats, kindly please write down. Okay, moving ahead. Okay, ठीक है, चलो. So we can move ahead, no issue. So what we are doing now is the device which is used to, let's say, measure this electric current. Device for measuring this electric current. Device. Okay. So the device for electric current. Device for electric current. The name is actually very simple. The name is, the device which we use for measuring electric current is called as ammeter. It's called as ammeter. A very simple one. A device used for measuring electric current is called as ammeter. That's it. Nothing more. You just have to, let's say, memorize this, that the device used for electric current for measuring electric current is called as ammeter. That's it. Now let us talk about next point, and that is conversion units. Conversion units. So in your lower grades, you must have been taught, let's say, how to convert kilogram to gram, or let's say gram to kilogram, or let's say millimeter to let's say centimeters, or let's say deciliters to let's say liters. In that way, we have some conversion units in our 10th standard, and you have to memorize those. First is milliampere. So 1 milliampere, which is represented by 1 MA is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. That is the first, let's say, thing you need to remember. The shorter conversion units. 1 milliampere is equal to 1 MA, that is 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. The second thing you need to remember is 1 microampere. 1 microampere, which is represented by 1 and U and A. This is not actually U, that's a Latin symbol, but you have to, let's say, read it as 1 microampere. It has a special symbol for it. So you have, instead of writing down, let's say, it's not a U, it's a Latin word, Latin symbol. So you just have to remember it as, read it as 1 microampere. And how much is that? That is 10 to the power minus 6 amperes. So conversion units are 1 milliampere is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 amperes, and 1 microampere is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 amperes. So that is the case. Okay. Have you written these? Device for electric current and conversion units. Let me know in the chat section whether you have written this. It's a very simple statistical data. There is no point in, let's say, there is nothing to explain in this. You just have to write it down, nothing more. Okay, any confusion till now? If there is, please let me know so that I can make you understand. But I don't think really, let's say, there is any issue, because all we have seen is only one proper definition which I have explained to you in detail. That is electric current. Otherwise, baki ka to sab, let's say, it's a basic information. Electricity you already know, types of charges you already know. The formula is new for you, and the units. Okay, and the conversion units, that is, let's say, not to be told, because that is basically from your lower grades. Okay, chalo. So what we'll do now is we will have a new definition that is about electric circuit. We will have a definition for electric circuit. Electric circuit. Okay, what exactly is electric circuit? Acha, before we proceed, can you tell me, suppose if I have a wire like this, and if I have connected, suppose, let's say, a bulb to this, okay? I have connected one bulb to this, and if I have connected this back to my socket, for example, my battery, okay, can you please tell me if there is some breakage between this? Suppose, let's say, there is one breakage inside this, there is a break, ठीक है. Will this bulb glow according to you? Suppose, let us say, if there is a breakage in this line, do you think the bulb will really glow? No, right? And it's a simple logic, because the connection should be complete. The connection should be complete. So in short, what we can say is, for your electricity to flow, your circuit should be complete. Your circuit should be complete. Acha, so what definition we can write then for this thing, your electric circuit? So electric circuit, it needs to be complete. It cannot be cut in between, right? So what we have to say is, electric circuit is nothing but a closed and continuous, a closed and continuous, closed and continuous path. It's a closed and continuous path for what flows through the electric circuit? Electric current, right? So it's a closed and continuous path for electric current to flow. For electric current to flow. That is the electric circuit. So what is definition of electric circuit? It's a closed and continuous path. It's a path through which your electricity is going to flow. That is, the electric current is going to flow, but it should be closed and it should be continuous. So that means it should be closed loop. So that means that cannot be an opening, and it should be continuous. It should not have any breakage in between. If you have any breakage, your electricity will not work. It cannot be called as electric circuit, because for the definition of electric circuit, you require is a closed, that means a complete loop, and a continuous path. It should not break in between. So do you agree with the statement that electric circuit is nothing but closed and continuous path for electric current to flow? Only then we can say it's electric circuit. Otherwise, we cannot say it. Okay. Now, what we'll do now is, we will have some, let's say, one of the numericals regarding this. Okay, so this is the numerical we'll be going for now. So the question is very simple. They are saying a current of 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of electric bulb. Can somebody tell me 0.5 A? They are talking about which quantity? Like electric current, electric charge? What exactly are they talking about? What is A? A is ampere, right? Whose unit is ampere? Okay, Rushikesh, correct. Urjit, correct. We just have seen, let's say, ampere is the unit of whom exactly? Yes, Sakshi, correct. Jayesh, correct. Sania, correct. Palak, correct. So technically this is I, right? This is I, because electric current is represented by I. Acha, it is flowing for 10 minutes. Can somebody tell me what is 10 minutes? This is which quantity? Minutes means what? Minutes, time, right? Time. Okay, so this is T. This is T. Okay, and they are asking you to find out electric charge. What is electric charge? What is electric charge? The letter we use for electric charge. Is it I or is it Q? Yes, Parth correct. Karthik correct. Sakshi correct. Sandesh correct. Samyak correct. Jayesh correct. Yes. The letter we use for it is Q. Okay, fine. So can we just write down this data? Okay, so the data is given data. I is equal to 0.5 amperes. Your T is equal to 10 minutes. Okay, and your Q you need to find out. Can you please tell me, like, in what, let's say, time we take it? Like, do we convert this into seconds or we just keep as it is? What kind of time do we use? We use minutes, hours, seconds in our calculations. What do you think? Time. Okay, Jayesh correct, Karthik correct, Tanmay correct, Sakshi correct, Parth correct. So we need to convert this into seconds, correct? Okay, so how can we convert that? Just multiply with 60, no? Multiply with 60 and that will be converted to seconds. So 600 seconds. 600 seconds. Okay. Now, can we do the calculation now? Okay. What's the formula? Queen in Taj Mahal, right? The formula is very simple. That is Queen in Taj Mahal. Queen in Taj Mahal. Okay. So can we put the values there? What is the value of I? That is 0.5. And what is the value of T? That is 600. Multiplication 500, 500, 5 6 are 30, right? But there is one decimal here. There is one decimal. Okay, so I need to put one decimal there. That is here itself. Okay. Okay, so the final answer would be 300. 300. And unit for electric charge is coulomb, right? Unit of charge is coulomb, so we have to say it is 300 C. It is 300 C. C means what? Coulomb, right? 300 coulombs. Okay, fine. Now the unit, let's say some blue questions to answer. Can we give definition for electric circuit? What does electric circuit mean? Can we have definition for this? Definition for electric circuit. What are the two keywords we are looking for? Keywords: closed and what? CC, right? Closed and continuous path. Okay, so it's a closed and continuous path for whom exactly? Many students are giving it correct, but closed and continuous path of what exactly? Matlab, like for what purpose? Like whose path are we talking about? Okay, correct, exactly. Samriddhi correct, Kushal correct, Yash correct, Sandesh correct, Karthik correct. So that means it's a closed and continuous path for electric current to flow, right? That's the first answer. What about the second one? Define the unit of current. Define the unit of current. What is the unit of current? What is the unit of current? Okay, Urjit correct, Tanmay correct, Samyak correct, Shreyas correct, Madhura correct. Okay, so many students are giving it correct. Sonia correct, Jayesh correct, Karthik correct. But don't you think they should have asked the question like this? Write down the unit of current, or mention the unit of current, or what is the unit of current? Why they have used the word define? So that means we have to write down the definition, right? How can we write down the definition of unit of current? Okay, so now for that purpose, what you have to do is, first you have to write down the formula. Okay, the formula, that is what is the formula? That is Queen in Taj Mahal, right? Q is equal to IT. So I will be equals to Q by T. Q by T. Now what you have to do is, you have to write down the units of all of them. Unit of your current is ampere. Unit of electric charge is coulomb. And unit for time is seconds. They have asked you to define unit of current, right? Okay, so you have to give the definition of 1 ampere. You have to give the definition of 1 ampere. So for giving the definition of 1 ampere, you have to take coulomb of 1 coulomb charge and 1 second of time. So now you have to define. So 1 ampere, let's say current, is said to be the electric current when 1 coulomb of charge flows for 1 second. Okay, let me write it down so that you can understand. 1 ampere of electric current, 1 ampere of electric current, 1 ampere of electric current is when, okay, 1 minute. There is just problem with my screen, technical issue. Okay, solving it now. 1 minute. Okay, if such thing happens, you just have to wait for a couple of seconds and it will be resolved. Okay, chalo. So we are back. Okay, so where is our definition? So 1 ampere of electric current flows. 1 ampere of electric current flows when 1 coulomb of charge, flows for 1 second. 1 coulomb of charge flows for 1 second. Okay. Is it the same definition which we have used for electric current? This definition and electric current definition actually is same. All we have done is, instead of saying all those things, we have said 1 ampere, 1 coulomb, and 1 second. Technically, there is no difference between the definition which you have seen earlier and right now. All we did is, we have, let's say, changed the definition and we have written in the form of 1 ampere. So can you please write down the chat section with whether you have understood this definition? When you are being asked to define unit of current, you have to give the definition of 1 ampere. 1 ampere of electric current flows when 1 coulomb of charge flows for 1 second. Matlab, it's so simple. Let's say there is no point even in explaining that. Okay. Chalo. So one last question. Suppose, let us say, okay, how much electron and proton? What? Okay, there is one doubt. Let me just check it out. Okay, so 1 minute. My messages are loading. Okay, Okay, how much electron and proton possesses coulomb? Okay. Kushal, I hope your, let's say, the concepts of your ninth standard are still fine. And let's say, I hope everybody knows the charges on, let's say, protons and electrons. Okay, let us just write it down so that for information, fine. Chalo. Charges on proton and electron. Actually, this is not in our, let's say, it has not been written in our syllabus. The reason is very simple, because they're expecting that you should know about this from your ninth standard. That's why this is not mentioned in our NCRTs anywhere. Charges on proton and electron. Okay. So what is the charge on proton? Proton charge. Actually, both of them have the same charge, right? Both of them have the same charge. And what is that? That is 1.6. Are any actual number I'm saying? Actual number. Okay, some students are writing down positive and negative. Not that. I'm asking about the actual number. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. And electron also has the same charge, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. But there is a problem. They have, one has positive charge and one has the same negative charge, right? Is it okay? These are the numbers which you need to remember from your charges. Let's say charges on proton and electron. Have you written this? Okay. Now, one more thing I want you to remember. One more thing. For your for your physics, see, you have learned this in your chemistry, right? This 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. And so this part of protons and electron, this is common in physics, and this is also in chemistry also. So when you are dealing with chemistry, you have to remember it is positive and negative, right? But in physics, you have to take both of them as it is. You do not have to give sign. In physics, you have to take both charges as the same one. You do not have to apply the sign. Okay. So let me write it down very separately again. For physics, the charges have to be kept same for both of them. Okay. So proton or electron, you have to use the same value, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 90. Now, why to do that? Because see, the number is same. All you are doing is giving plus and minus sign. What it means is that you are talking, let's say electron is negative, proton is positive. That's why positive and negative values have been given. Otherwise, it has no effect on this number. This number is completely different. These signs have been given only to differentiate between proton and electron. So that's why we do not take it in physics. We just write it down 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 90. Is it okay? Write it down, let's say in the chat section, whether have you understood, let's say, why we are using the same value for both of them. The reason is very simple, because positive and negative value matters only when you are talking in terms of magnitude, that is in chemistry, which we do not require for your physics. So proton electron values have to be taken same. Chalo. So let us write down, let's say we will solve the third question. Calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. Okay, so they are asking us to find out what? They're asking us to find out number of electrons on 1 coulomb of charge. Okay, let us solve this question. Can you please tell me what is the charge on 1 electron? What is the charge on 1 electron? What is the charge on 1 electron? Can somebody tell me? Write down the chat section. Just before some time we have seen this. Charge on 1 electron. Chalo, be fast because we need to complete this. Okay, so it's 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Agreed? Coulombs. Okay. And what are they asking you to find? They are asking you to find how many electrons are present in 1 coulomb. Okay. So can I just write down? Suppose, let's say, if 1 electron has 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, how much electrons will be there in 1 coulomb? Do you remember this direct variation, which you have learned this from your 8th standard, direct indirect variation, in which you write down something like 1 electron is this, so 1 coulomb mein kitna hoga? It's a very simple, right? So 1 electron has this much of charge, so 1 coulomb will have how many electrons? So what we have to do? Cross multiplication, right? Okay, so question mark is equal to 1 into 1 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Agreed? Please let me know whether you understood, let's say, how I have done the cross product. It's a very simple technique. We have direct variation, that one electron is this much of coulomb, so one coulomb will be having how many electrons. Very simple concept. Okay, now what we'll do is we will solve this. We'll solve this. 1 into 1 is 1. 1 into 1 is 1. So what I will do is I will write down 16 here. 16 into 10 to the power minus 20. What I've done is I have removed the decimal of 16 and I have shifted it to 19. So 1.6 I have written 16, and my simplification is this. I will transfer that minus 20 to the upper side. Okay, so I will write down something like this: 16 into 10 to the power plus 20. Okay, my minus 20 has become plus 20. Now I am going to divide 1 by 16. I'm going to divide 1 by 16. Now 1 by 16 into 10 to the power plus 20. Okay, let us divide this. So 1 is very much less. So I have to say first number is 0 point. I'm dividing 1 by 16. So 0 point. So it has become 10. But 10 still is not divisible by 16. So I will give one more 0. Okay, so it has become 100 now. 16 6 is 96, right? 16 6 is 96. 100 minus 96. It's 4. Okay, so 4 is 40. 16 2s are 32. Okay, 16 2s are 32. So 40 minus 32 is 8. So 80, and 16 5s are 80. And that is your 10 to the power plus 20. So can I just write it down something like this? It's 6.25 into 10 to the power 20. 20 or 18? Because I have shifted 2 decimals. Okay, so that means it will become how much? It's going to be 18. 18. Okay. So please tell me whether you understood this calculation. It's a very simple one. You just have to cross multiply and divide. Because the calculation part, see, this has to be understood by you. Calculation part doesn't fall on me. That is not, let's say, my jurisdiction wherein I'm going to teach you how to actually calculate. This division is, let's say, from your 5th and 4th standard. This is not in our syllabus actually. I don't even need to teach you this. This has to, let's say, supposed to be done from your side. But still I have done the calculation, even the convergence for you, and I have given you the answer actually is that is 6.25 into 10 to the power 18. So can you please write it down later? Let's say this calculation in your notebook. Will it be okay? Okay, written, actually written. Okay, fine. Chalo then. So rest of the things will be taken in the next session, and our YouTube batches in Hindi for 3 subjects will be started from 12th of this April. And that will be a very selected group. So if you want to join, you can join, because those are extra periods. Those are not our regular periods. So our school periods will be conducted according to the timetable and according to whatever the schedule is being prepared from the school. But for the rest of the classes, that will be taken from YouTube. So that will be taken from 12th, and that will be on regular basis, half an hour sessions, 30 for SST, maths, and social science. So let us discontinue for today, and we'll be meeting in the next session according to our timetable. So thank you so much. Keep your books prepared and do join the classroom, Google Classroom, according to the codes given. I will post it again. So thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay. Chalo then. Bye-bye. Okay, who is that? No activity was taken. Which activity are you talking about? Sia Lahoti. Which activity are you talking about? No activity was taken. These notes and questions we have to write in portfolio notebook, right? No, not in portfolio notebook, in your regular notebook. Portfolio will write down something else. Okay. Sia Lahoti, you can see the recording later. Okay then, chalo. Bye-bye. The link will be posted in the group soon, and you can check it out later. Chalo then. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Okay. The link will be sent, Aditya, on the group. Sia, have you understood the point? Okay. Aditya, I hope your point is cleared. Understood? Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, whoever had left in between or let's say had network problems, they can see the recording later. Chalo. Thank you. Bye bye.